obviously by the title of this video, I'm going to be testing how temperature really affects Polaroid pictures. Polaroid recommends that the pictures be taken between 55 degrees Fahrenheit and 82 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not the biggest window to have when taking pictures, because I know that especially for New Jersey, we really only experience that range of temperatures for a couple of months, and then it's either hotter or colder than that. So I wanted to just test out the actual different extremes, so really hot and really cold. And especially since spring and summer are coming up, it's gonna be kind of important if you're taking pictures outside to know what to expect from your pictures. So I'm gonna be using my 1-step 2. So pretty much just to go over the settings, I'm gonna be having the exposure in the middle. All of the pictures are gonna be taken inside, and so I decided that the control picture is just gonna be developed in room temperature, but then I'm gonna have a picture develop in the fridge, one in the freezer, and then I have a heating pad, so I'm gonna use 2 different settings. So I have this thermometer thing that my dad uses for work, and I put it in the fridge and it said 33 degrees Fahrenheit around. I put it in the freezer and it said about 16. And then on the heating pad setting for medium, it said that it was about 113, I think. And then on high, it was 130 something. And I'm just gonna see how this works out. This is the first time that I'm testing it, so hopefully it's a little bit more accurate than some other people's videos. I thought by having a clear representation of what the film is being developed at would be a little bit more helpful, I guess. I don't know. We're just gonna see, and if you guys have any tips while I'm doing this, just leave them down below. And I would love to test this in super hot and super cold temperatures outside, but this is the best that we got, so we're just gonna have a little bit of fun with it. And yeah, let's go. But I'm just gonna be taking a picture of our bookshelf for the control picture. So there we go. Oh, shoot, no, this film is old. Okay, well, I guess I'll just use the rest of this film and then put in a new film pack. Shoot. So it honestly is my own fault. These are what the pictures ended up kind of coming out like. None of them are fully developed yet, but I did have this film in since Christmas and didn't bother to take pictures since then, so I decided to use my Stranger Things film, and it expires technically March 2020. I don't know. You can kind of see the 3 and the 19, but hopefully these pictures actually end up turning out okay now that I have to use 5 of the 8. No! Shoot! Why is it not? So this video definitely took a turn. I was not expecting my camera to pretty much completely break in this video. I have no clue what happened. I know that I had the film in for a pretty long time, but I feel like one of the rollers must have been out of place before this or something. I'm very confused. I've tried so many times. It just seems like the film isn't getting pushed out. I hope that my film isn't ruined. And it's very frustrating, but I'm probably gonna buy a new one and then come back probably in a week. So I'm back pretty much a week later, and I ordered myself a brand new summer blue Polaroid 1-step 2. And the main reason is because I sent it to the place that I bought the camera from, and they're repairing it right now, but it's not supposed to be sent back to me for another 4 to 6 weeks. So I thought an easy solution would be to just buy a new camera, and then we can finish filming this video because I've been waiting so long. So here's the moment of truth. Now I'm just gonna put in the same film pack. I'm genuinely so pissed because it ejected 2 of my pictures without needing to be ejected. So I'm just gonna take the room temperature one and let's just hope that everything works out from here on out. So now I am just gonna take a picture to put in the fridge and then a picture to put under the heating pad. So I'll show you guys in a little bit, but that's what it looks like. So right now it's 3:11 and I think I'm gonna leave it in there for maybe like 5 minutes and I'll see exactly what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna take the heating pad and I'm gonna plug it in so that it could heat up a little bit. As you can see, I set it to medium, which you really can't see, but this is how the room temperature one is looking so far, which I'm just happy that it came out normal, I guess. It could have been a little bit more straight, but I really like this film. It sucks that I pretty much wasted 3 frames of it though. The heating pad to touch is pretty warm, so I think I'm just gonna take the picture now so that the film can get warmer with the heating pad. So here's this picture. I'm just hoping that the film doesn't burn, but now it's 3:17, so I guess we'll just look at the one in the fridge, which this is chaotic. Okay, so now I think I'm just gonna leave it at room temperature. I don't even know if it'll actually process now. I'm just gonna leave that one under there for a little bit longer, I guess, just so that that one's 6 minutes. So I figured as I'm just waiting to see if it'll even develop, how hot it is right now. And as you can see, the film is still under there. You guys are gonna be able to tell, but there's like pink lines coming off of the sides of the picture and it's actually warped a little bit. So I don't know if I should just let it keep going. I think I'm just gonna take it out now because it feels really, really warm. So this makes me kind of nervous about having it on high. I feel like this one just still isn't really fully developed yet, but you can kind of, I feel like this one's really green, and all of these were also taken with flash. So my plan for the next 2, I think, are to just leave them in there for 4 minutes, just because, especially with how the fridge one was affected, putting it in heat definitely made it develop a lot faster, I feel like. So I think just to try to keep it a little bit even, I'm gonna check on the extremes a little bit more. So I'm gonna take the one for the freezer first, and I don't know what I'm gonna take a picture of yet, but yeah, I don't know, hopefully it turns out okay. Which actually, now that I'm looking at the pictures, it doesn't really seem like they're super warped at all. So what I plan on doing is maybe after 5 minutes, check in on the pictures, and then if I think that it's okay to keep them going, then I will. But I especially feel like the freezer one, if I leave it in there for too long, it's just not gonna develop. So here's this picture going in the freezer. So hopefully we get a good sense of what temperature the freezer is at. So here's what they look like now. The only difference that I really see is that I feel like the room temperature one just has a really green tint to it. This one is definitely hazy and blue, but this one I feel like maybe it just wasn't under there long enough or something. And I also just want to put it out there that this experiment can be done in a lot of different ways. Obviously, I'm kind of forcing certain temperatures on the Polaroids themselves, so it's not super, I guess, like reliable, but I don't know. I also feel like temperature doesn't really affect Polaroids like you might think, because I feel like it's pretty obvious that obviously in colder temperatures, the pictures aren't gonna be as crisp or colorful, but also in hot temperatures, you kind of expect for a pinkiness kind of warmth to it. And I'm just not seeing that here. But this is how 3 of them turned out like, so it kind of sucks. And I'm still upset about it, but you know, you can't really control that. We're just gonna see. Okay, so this is really freaking blue, so I'm just gonna take that out. And it was at 3 degrees Fahrenheit, apparently. I'm just gonna let this rest now because, yeah, again, I feel like if I leave it in there for too long, it's just, whoa, do you see that? That's kind of cool. That's what it looks like right now. I left it in there for about 4 minutes. So I don't really know how well you guys will be able to see it, especially because of glare. But you can kind of see right here, kind of close to my pinky, you can see the 2 candles. And then I can see the vase and the markers. So here's this last frame. So I think with this one, just because since it might be at a super extreme heat, I am gonna check in on it. Right now it's 3:39, so I think at like 3:41 I might see, because I don't want it to burn, which I don't know the possibility of that, but I just want to try to avoid that. And just so that you guys can actually see, like, it is under here, and look at how fast it's already started developing. But I'm just gonna leave it under there because it doesn't really even seem like putting it in the heat really super affects it, but again, just want to make sure. So it's literally been under here for 2 minutes, and that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna let it. So it's 3:43. I also forgot to mention that the heating pad really is on high. So there you go. So it's actually 3:46, and I just wanted, it's still not very pink, so I just want to see if anything will happen. So I decided to just take it out, and it still doesn't really look super different, but at certain angles, for me at least, I can see like little tiny like marks. And again, like I'm gonna try to take a picture with my phone because I can't really tell if the camera is picking it up or not. It really doesn't look too different from the first picture. We can still see a little bit of pink coming through, especially here, like on the side. Both of them kind of have that. But these two, I feel like, are just vastly different. This one's just a lot more blue. Let me just go around one more time. So just to go over some of the stuff about the film, this is the one from the heating pad, and the temperatures were pretty much consistently in the 130s. Again, I personally don't really see that much of a difference. What I'm gonna do is just scan them so that you guys can really get a sense of what the pictures look like. So I really like the way that these came out, and again, I did take all of these pictures with flash. So if you wanted to try and get a cool effect on your film, I would say maybe just put them in the fridge or the freezer. This one was in the fridge for 6 minutes, and this was in the freezer for 4, so you'd probably get much darker colors if you left it in the freezer longer. But yeah, so I definitely think that these show like a really good representation of what it would look like. I think once I get some more money, I would like to try to do this again, but maybe take pictures of like the same exact thing and do it 5 times. But again, I definitely would have to earn a good amount of money to feel comfortable doing that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any tips or have any suggestions of future videos that you'd like me to do, either testing out further like film experiments or maybe just video ideas in general, comment those down below. I had a lot of fun filming this. It took a very long time considering I had to wait for my new camera, but overall, I really like the film. I really like the pictures that I took. I'm sad that there were 3 kind of down the drain a little bit, but I think I might try to turn them into something. Not entirely sure what yet. Still going through an emotional process as far as that goes, but thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!